Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I wanted to hop on. Amanda and I are getting ready to head out to the Phoenix Symphony tonight, which will be a treat. I've never been before, so that'll be fun. And before I go, though, and have a great night of music with my amazing daughter, I wanted to share list 5. This is from the 52 List for Happiness, weekly journaling inspiration for positivity, balance, and joy by Moria Seal. And here we go. Hi, Laurel. So the best life choices that I have made in my life so far, to date, let's see. The very first one I would say is the decision or the choice I made to live in Arizona when I first got married, or actually first got engaged. My husband, or whatever, boyfriend at the time, asked me to marry him. And he lived in California, and I used to live in California, and then I moved to Arizona with my parents because I was 17. And when he asked me to marry him, I said yes, and we need to live in Arizona because at the time I was, fresh out of high school, and I didn't have college education, and the cost of living in California was astronomical. And I said to him that I really wanted to raise a family in Arizona and not in California because I felt like the cost of living in California would have prevented us from being in the area and raising kids the way that we would have wanted to. So at the time, and this was decades ago, at the time, that was one of the best decisions I made. And actually going back a little bit before that, another great decision that I made was joining Job's Daughters International. I was 11 years old at the time, and it's a fraternal youth organization for girls ages now 10 to 20. And Job's Daughters helped me build my confidence. It helped me build character. It helped me build my public speaking skills, my planning skills, my budgeting skills, my leadership skills. Like that's really where I just did so well. Like I loved it, and I was active up until when I got married at 19, and Job's Daughters really was an amazing organization for girls, and was definitely something that I attribute to part of who I am today is because of my experience in that organization. The next, I'm trying to put these in order here, would have been marrying my then husband, and followed by having kids. One of the best choices I've ever made is having kids, amazing kids. My kids are now 28, 23, and 21, and they are the light of my life. The next best choice that I made in life is to work at the University of Phoenix. I started at the University of Phoenix 3 weeks after Amanda was born in 1989. And I quickly rose through the ranks and served as an executive most of that time. And my time at the University of Phoenix was priceless. Seriously, it was priceless. In addition to working at the University of Phoenix and really being able to serve and help the university grow from, at the time, like 13,000 students up to almost 500,000 students, and teaching there, also teaching leadership, strategic planning, or development for 10 years, really helped me grow, and I had some tremendous mentors, and had a ton of fun. The next, I would say, was getting my education. My bachelor's degree and my master's degree, both of those degrees were really instrumental in my rapid growth in corporate America. The next, which might sound kind of odd, was the decision to divorce. When I divorced from my first husband, it was the right thing to do. Let's just say that. We grew apart, and it was the right thing to do, and for myself and for our kids. And had I not had the courage to step out and to work through the issues that, we were having and I was having, I wouldn't have really grown spiritually, because that's where I really became spiritually awake, and my journey, my true life journey, really began. So that was a really significant pivotal point in my life. The next, I would say, is I bought a house, and the house I bought was literally on the same street as the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school. And I did that by design, because I knew I, was working a stressful, high-pressured corporate job, and I knew that I really needed the support to be able to know that the kids were going to be okay, and that they could just walk home, and they didn't need buses. They didn't need me to pick them up after events or things like that, or, practices and all that. So that was a huge burden off my shoulders by finding that perfect house at the perfect time in the perfect place. And it served us well for 14 years. The next best decision that I made in my life thus far was the decision to take care of my parents. This was certainly sorry, I think I got lipstick on my feet. Oh gosh. Taking care of my parents when my dad was had his massive accident, and we took care of them for 2.5 years until their respective deaths in 2012, almost 5 months to the day of each other. And that taking care of my parents and helping them live and die with dignity and grace, and helping them hone their legacy, was one of the greatest honors of my life. Truly one of the greatest honors of my life. Another big best choice was leaving the University of Phoenix. After 21 years, it was difficult, yet that was a time when my parents needed me to take care of them, and I wouldn't have changed that any other way. And subsequently, when I left the University of Phoenix, I'm not coinciding it at all. I'm just saying it started, a lot of the regulations and a lot of things changed, and a lot of, enrollment dropped and things like that. And there were a lot of really tough times for University of Phoenix and for higher ed in general. So it was probably best that I not be there during that time. The next is is listening to my intuition. My angels, my guides, my spiritual mentor, my intuition, what books to read and when, and teachers and people that came into my lives at the perfect time. And listening to my intuition has served me well in my life and in my business. Of course, I wrote a book, Healing Through the Chaos, and have since been a collaborative author in 5 best-selling books. And I have another book coming out at the end of this year, and another collaborative book coming out next week. And then I kicked cancer's ass 4 times. 4 times, people. I kicked cancer's ass 4 times. And if you know me, you know how challenging of a time that was. And yet I did it, and I'm here, and I'm in remission, and life is good. And I hired coaches. That was another biggie. I hired coaches to help me in my business. That was really, really, seriously, the best investment I could have made, and significantly helped me, really, seriously, in so many ways. And last but not least is I made the decision, the choice to start my business, Center for Inspiring Greatness. And I started it a long time ago, and I've evolved and gone through a lot of changes. Initially, when I started the Center for Inspiring Greatness, it was about general life coaching, and then it was about healing, through hypnosis and Reiki and tapping, and then it was caregiving, and then it was helping build resilience through tough times, and now I've evolved and really marrying all of that, yet focusing on leadership, which is where my heart is. So I'm super excited. Had I not made that decision, I certainly wouldn't be where I am today. If I hadn't made all those decisions that I just mentioned, I would not be the person I am today. So I would love to hear from you. Comment if what you're watching the replay, comment below and let me know, what are the best choices you have made in your life so far? So what I recommend is, when you make your list of the best choices you've made in your life so far, is take 5 minutes each morning to reflect on your list before you start your day, and give thanks for the joy, for trusting your inner wisdom, for trusting your decisions, and knowing that each decision was for your highest good, and having that gratitude just will bring more things in your life to be thankful for. I really believe that. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your night and weekend, and love you guys, and I'd love to know what the best choices you have made in your life are so far. Comment below. Mwah.